Do you ever feel like your French sentences are just a little bit clunky? Like you're using simple building blocks when what you really want to do is create something elegant and flowing? Well, we're going to fix that. We are going to transform those simple sentences into sophisticated descriptions using 5 absolutely essential tools from our grammar toolbox.
I mean, just look at the difference here. On the left, you've got 2 separate thoughts. I like the book. You gave it to me. It works, sure, but it's choppy, right? Now look at the right. I like the book that you gave me. See how that one tiny little word, QUI, just connects everything so smoothly? That right there is the power of relative pronouns. They are the absolute secret to sounding more fluent and natural.
Okay, so let's dive in. I want you to imagine your French grammar skills are like a toolbox. And to build really impressive, complex sentences, you need the right tools for the job. Today, we're adding 5 of the most powerful ones to your collection. And here they are: QUI, que, dans, où, and lequel. Each one has a very specific job to do, whether it's identifying who's doing an action or showing who owns what. Think of this as our game plan, so let's get to know our first 2 tools.
Every good toolbox needs a hammer and a screwdriver, right? The tools you're going to reach for again and again. Well, in French grammar, that's qui and que. They are by far the most common and fundamental relative pronouns, so getting these down first is absolutely crucial.
Okay, this table lays it out perfectly. QUI is for the subject. That's the person or thing doing the action. So you have la femme qui parle, the woman who is speaking. She's the one doing the talking. But QUE, that's for the object, the thing that's receiving the action. So le livre que j'ai lu is the book that I read. The key question to ask yourself is this: is this pronoun the doer, or is it the thing being acted upon? All right, so with the basics covered, let's grab a more specialized tool from the box. This is DOT, and its whole job is about making connections, specifically showing possession or some kind of relationship between things.
You know, the real secret to mastering DOENT is to listen for phrases that use of or whose in English. Whenever you want to say something like, the man of whom I speak, or the book whose cover is red, DOENT is going to be your go-to. It's just a super elegant way to replace those kind of clunky constructions with de plus a noun.
And here is a perfect example. Instead of saying something awkward like, he is the man, the car of the man is red, DONT gives us this beautiful smooth sentence. C'est l'homme dont la voiture est rouge. He is the man whose car is red. See how neatly it connects the man to his car? So much better. Our next tool should probably look pretty familiar to you. Où isn't just for asking the question where, it's also a really powerful relative pronoun. Let's call this one the locator.
Now, the cool thing about où is that it kind of pulls double duty. Its main job, of course, is to refer to a place, like the city where I live. But, and this is neat, it can also refer to a moment in time, like the day when we met. It really is all about the context.
Here's the classic example you'll always see. C'est la ville où je suis né. This is the city where I was born. Où creates that perfect direct link right back to the noun, la ville. It's simple, it's clean, and honestly, it's essential for telling stories and describing places.
Okay, we've made it to our final tool. And this one, well, this one's the specialist. LEQUEL is like the precision instrument you pull out of the toolbox when the situation gets a little trickier, specifically when there are prepositions involved.
The main rule for lequel is actually pretty straightforward. If you have a preposition, words like sur, avec, or pour, that comes right before your relative pronoun, you have to use lequel. Now, there is one little catch. Our specialist has to change its form to agree with the noun it's replacing, so it can become lequel, lequel, or lesquel. Take a look at this sentence. C'est la chaise sur laquelle je m'assieds. Literally, this is the chair on which I sit. Because we have that preposition sur, and because chaise is feminine, we have to use laquelle. Qui or que just wouldn't work here. This is a job that only our specialist tool can handle. Okay, you've officially filled your toolbox. You've got the essentials, you've got the connector, the locator, and the specialist. So, what happens when we put them all together to build something really impressive? Let's see.
Let's break this down. J'ai un ami qui parle 3 langues. My friend is the subject. He's the one doing the speaking. C'est une personne que j'admire.
Now that person is the object of my admiration. Sa maison, dont le jardin est magnifique, whose garden is magnificent, there's our connector, dont. Est un endroit où je vais souvent, a place where I often go. And that's our locator, où. See, each tool does its specific job, weaving all these separate ideas into one single fluid description. That is the goal.
And that's really it. You've just acquired the 5 key tools, the relative pronouns, that are going to take your French from just basic statements to rich, detailed, and flowing sentences. And remember, these aren't just boring grammar rules. They are powerful tools for real expression. So the question really is for you now. Think about a person you look up to, or your favorite place, or a movie you just saw. How would you describe it using these new tools? What kind of masterpiece can you build with your new toolbox?